Hello friends, welcome back. The paradoxes of motion. This is yet another interesting topic and one that breaks the very foundation of science. This says that motion is an illusion. The reality that we see changing every second is basically static. Nothing is changing, and changes that we are perceiving through our senses, they all are illusionary. This theory highlights the conflict between senses and reason or logic. What your senses tell you could be deceiving, and we all agree on it, right? So any motion that you know about, motion of any kind, you perceive them through your senses. And when you do not trust your senses, how can you trust anything that you are receiving through them, you are perceiving through them, right? Around 470 BCE, a Greek philosopher whose name was Parmenides, he shocked the world by telling that reality is static. This argument was supported and defended by many other philosophers, and one of them was Zeno of Elea, who gave many paradoxes to prove that motion is an illusion. Paradoxes against motion. Okay? One of the paradoxes of motion is the race course theory that we are going to discuss today. The foundation of Parmenides' theory was that we should only trust our reason, our logic, not the senses. He also argued that any kind of reality consists of a single eternal, and that single eternal being is unchanging. Some philosophers called it the supreme being or the ultimate or the absolute. The point is that absolute or the ultimate is unchanging, and that is the only thing that is real. So reality is unchanging. That is the bottom line here. The absolute is unchanging, right? Coming back to Zeno of Elea. Okay, let me explain how he used the race course theory to prove that changing motion is a paradox. Okay, so this is how it goes. See, if you are running in a race, to win or to complete the race, you must get to the finishing line. To reach the finishing line, you must first complete half the distance, right? And then half of the half, right? And after that, you have to complete half of the remaining half, and so on. So this is how you move forward. You have to keep dividing distance to half and consider each half as a point between the start and the finish lines. So let's assume that the distance between point A and point B is x meters. The first point you need to place at x divided by 2, right? Then the second point will be at x divided by 4. The third one will be at x divided by 8, and so on. To reach the finish line, you must get a 0, right? When the distance between the runner and the finishing line will be 0, which means that the runner has reached the finishing line. But if you keep dividing a number by 2, you'll never get a 0. You'll get some number every time, right? With each division, you'll get a point, however, right? Whenever you divide, you'll get a point between start and end and finish. So ultimately, you are going to get an infinite number of points between A and B, between point A and B. So the paradox is, how can you travel an infinite number of points in a finite duration? You see the paradox here? Little bit of mathematics, is needed here, but that's okay, right? It's simple. That means if someone reaches the finish line, that's not a reality. It's just an illusion, because you cannot travel an infinite number of points in a finite duration. This is known as the race course theory of paradoxes of motion. So motion that you see between point A and point B is an illusion, because that is not possible. This is the paradox here, right? I hope this is clear, and that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you soon.